I'm Daemonxel, and it's time for your Eve Echoes weekly news update, where we'll be diving into all the happenings of the week. But first, if you can tag that subscribe button and ring that bell, you can stay up to date with everything that this channel has to offer. Now, I know a lot of people are invested on what's going on with my son and his issues right now in the NICU. We left off last week with him coming off the CPAP machine and coming out of the incubator into a big boy crib. However, we did have a few stumbles this week where he had to go back into the incubator as well as back onto the CPAP machine because he was having some difficulty breathing, as well as some issues with heart rate dips. Earlier this weekend, due to anemia, he did need a blood transfusion. But since getting that transfusion, he is actually doing much better. He's more energetic. He has now, as of last night, come out of the incubator and is now back into a crib. He is still on the CPAP machine, but the doctors expect him to come off that in a couple of days. So everything's good. He's doing much better, and I'll keep you updated with what's going on. And also, before we dip into everything that's going on this week, if there are any other games out there that you'd like to see this channel cover, please comment down below or hit me up on Discord and let me know what you'd like me to cover. Alright, we've seen a lot of Sov game this past week with none lost again. Warp claims one system, Pantheon gets one system, the QC one system, Catch-22 one system, ACR one system, the Providence Coalition one system, Void one system, the Veil Coalition one system, and Silent Federation also claiming one system. All maps are provided by Exekiel. A link to his GitHub will be in the description below with up-to-date Sov maps. This week we saw Joseph push out a tweet asking about the Gila. However, the image here obviously is a MOA. So this spawned a funny conspiracy theory throughout the community that Joseph is secretly Siri, the famous GHA scammer. Not accurate, but funny. Plex saw a rise this week to an all-time high of 1.6 million per Plex. And with Plex being the source of the insurance program, don't expect these prices to come down anytime soon. This week, in an aggressive move, the Golden Horde dropped a Sov-bearing Citadel smack inside Esoteria to provoke some fights. One Golden Horde pilot is quoted in saying, "Well, if they aren't going to claim the region, then we're more than happy to do it for them." At the time of this recording, this episode, the WX Tech 6UX station will come out of anchoring timer 13 hours at 13:55 UTC. If Genesis and its allies show up to attack it, it should be another big fight like we had last week. However, in open letters on Reddit, both the Golden Horde and Genesis announced their definition and strategy for this war. Genesis declared their new warfare tactic will be that of denial of engagements and instead start a guerrilla warfare campaign against the Golden Horde and the Southern Coalition. The Golden Horde defines the war as the eradication and breaking of Genesis. It is believed that this is the way Echo should be, as it is a sandbox. Alliances fall, break apart, form new alliances to topple the old ones, an everlasting destructive circle. Currently, Reddit is a battleground for a moral high ground and a fight for the narrative. Even now, hours before another fight against Genesis, the Golden Horde propaganda machine is brainstorming on another round of Reddit posts. Some completely distasteful, which is a surprise coming from an alliance that caught so much flack a few months back for nearly the same thing. I will keep my eyes on the fight and bring the news of the outcome via my Twitter or possibly in a special episode. Pantheon is now poised to become the biggest Sov entity in the game, with the surprise move of two of the biggest QC alliances joining their ranks. Trimark and False Trajectory have announced they're leaving the Quasar Coalition and joining their longtime allies in Pantheon. The twist being Trimark and False Trajectory will not be leaving Aquarius at all, just switching allegiances, which gives Pantheon a foothold into their third region. I reached out to both Trimark and False Trajectory for statements and reasons behind the move. Zorodek of False Trajectory says they were approached and it was the best thing for their members since the changes made to the game left a bad taste in most pilots' mouths. They leave on good terms with no bad blood. Sambridge of Trimark states that he is working with Pantheon to craft an official statement. However, in an internal post to its members, they cite burnout by their leadership as well as pushback on several promises by the coalition, resulting in a lack of desired progress. What this means for the QC moving forward, only time will tell. True Beast of Silent Federation issued a server-wide bounty on No, Please Stop in the form of a total 25 billion fund with a 10% paid per kill mail contract on its pilots. If you'd like to get in on the action, contact True Beast via the Discord names shown in the image. Silent is fighting a war currently against an arm of the Southern Coalition in the form of Win by Virtue coalition comprised of these alliances, spearheaded by Cow of Fireflies America. Several outposts and engagements have occurred on both sides, with Win by Virtue going on the offensive, claiming 1 Silent Federation outpost kill and failing to kill 2 citadels also held by Silent. As the war stalls in the south, it certainly rages on in the north. As far as external bounty boards goes, the Neutral Zone has closed its doors as the founder-in-chief facilitator, Medic, has chosen to leave the game. This opens the door to any looking to make a name for themselves as a bounty broker. I wish Medic well in her future endeavors and thank her for all her hard work over the months. Another name leaving the game is the head of the Burn Geota movement, Triumph, handing over the server to Inkling. He leaves on the 1-month anniversary of the insurance program being established in the game and claims that the movement was not just about the insurance program, but all the flaws in the game and the increasing stagnation of it. While I do not feel the same as he does about the game dying, I do have to acknowledge that the player decline, as well as the current pace that the devs are releasing new content, as being slower than most games. But this is a sandbox and you make your own content. However, I do look forward to all that is coming in the next several months and just wish it would come sooner to spark that passion of the player base once again. Now it's time for the big kills of the week, and as many of you seen in my previous episodes, a lot of these battleship kills are being provided by the Merc outfits. Mostly No, Please Stop, and this week they got another 16. Now, I'm not going to show you all of them, but instead the highest in each faction. We have this 11.4 billion Macario kill, this 13.2 billion Balgorn, a staggering 17.7 billion Nightmare, followed by this 18 billion Rattlesnake kill. There are these 2 as well, but a funny story with this. This 17.5 billion Nightmare was traveling through Entech Riel and was caught and killed, and then exactly 24 hours later, the same player was caught and killed again in the same region, now with a 17.4 billion Nightmare. Let's show a little faction cruiser love with this 3.6 billion Phantasm kill by Nova. Pantheon comes in with a 13.4 billion Balgorn kill, and a 18.3 billion Rattlesnake by the Sov Corporation. Now it's time for the solo kills of the week and a chance at a free Omega combo. But before we jump into those, I want to show you for the most outlandish kill of the week. Kuyacum on Space claims a 296 million Ibis. No words, really. I have no words on this. Now, for the 4th runner-up, we have Severus this week with a 1 billion Tornado. Next, we have Tribal Lynx with a 1 billion Procure. Velhelm comes in just above that with a 1 billion Vexor Sniper. And for the first runner-up spot, Good Space Guy with a 1.1 billion Retriever. And the winner this week and the recipient of a free Omega combo, the Gout Mael with a 3.2 billion Shuttle kill. People, please, if you're moving blueprints, please use an interceptor. Otherwise, it's just insanity. You're gonna get stopped. You're gonna get killed. Unless you're in high sec. This kill mail was from the QC, and no less than 8 people have sent it to me. So, the flyer, the Gout Mael, please contact me on Discord to receive your Omega combo. Now, I usually put the same outro here on the end of every video. However, a lot of content creators, especially in the news field, have dropped off. The only one really being active right now is Rambo with the Echoes of New Eden podcast. So be sure to go over there and check his channel out and listen to his weekly podcast with interviews. Now, I know this is a much shorter video than I usually put out every week, but not a lot happened this week. And I know we're going to have that big fight tomorrow. By the time this video comes out, it would have already happened, but I just can't justify pushing the video another day just to get that fight in. As always, if you want to talk to me, hit me up on my Twitter, hit me up on Discord. Feel free to drop me a line anyway. Have a great week, have a great weekend, fly safe, and remember, we're always one vision, one purpose, one front.